police are beginning to get worried about the fumes.
We are monitoring air on the wind sides, all three sides of the fire, for toxicity as well as flammability so that we can keep the public abreast of what hazards actually exist here.
These are live pictures you're seeing from an industrial plant in South St. Louis, which processes propane, oxygen, other very flammable gases. Explosions, one after another, simply rocked this area, and then the black smoke beginning to move. The mayor of St. Louis, Francis Lay, told us here on CNN he is concerned about the potentially toxic nature of the smoke and the problems that this could have for individuals.
About 4 o'clock, we got a phone call from the Environmental Protection Agency alerting us that the aircraft had been scrambled from its home base near Dallas, Texas, to St. Louis. We were asked to pull up all the available information, chemical data on the particular facility, the site location, site maps, weather data. When it got there, the altitude was reduced to about 3,000 feet, and it made multiple passes over the target site. The Aspect program got started about 3 days after 9/11 when the director of the Environmental Protection Agency requested enhanced chemical surveillance capabilities for the country. Los Alamos National Laboratory provided the chemical detection equipment, the infrared sensors to allow this technology to become feasible. This technology requires novel concepts, new software. Those are the type of things that Los Alamos really does well.
We can do chemical detection, standard aerial photography, video collection, and radiological detection.
Our mission is to get this information down to the first responder on the ground as quickly as possible. Primarily, we send a map image of the area we've covered, IR image mapping the plume where it's going at, and that is georectified on the map. Then we get a digital image which gives a situational awareness of the area, and then the data off the FTIR explaining what we're seeing, where we're seeing it, and how much of it's down there.
After the plane passed over the site in St. Louis, Missouri, we were able to analyze the data and determine the amounts of propylene and MAP gas, methylacetylene propydiene, that were in the plume, to give a full picture to the EPA as to what the hazard was to the public. The plume was tracked north of the site, passed over I-64 in downtown St. Louis, passed right over Busch Stadium. Concentration of the material by the time it got to the stadium was low. The toxicity of the materials was low, and this information was then fed to the incident commander on the scene, and that information was then fed to the mayor's office. A decision was made by the mayor's office to shelter the folks in place in the stadium. Essentially, I-64 was closed, so they couldn't move the people out of the stadium, and delay the start of the ball game by about 30 minutes. We feel in a number of these incidents that we have been able to determine who's basically in the hazard zone of the downwind chemical hazard, and the local incident commander, first responders, the firefighters have been able to evacuate those people in advance of the emergency.
Right now, we have an evacuation area of about 5 blocks, the southern aspect of which is residential, probably a block or two.